Hello, everyone. We are live at 5-ish. I'm Paul Wontorek.
And I'm Beth Stevens. And we have a wonderful guest.
Oh, my God. Krysta Rodriguez is here.
I love Krysta Rodriguez. We love her.
She's fabulous.
She's
There's a
the
lot
best.
to talk about.
She's the best. Okay, let's talk about the Cher musical.
The Cher Show.
It's called The Cher Show. In case you didn't know, it's called The Cher Show. Yes. Okay, so this is written by Rick Ellis, directed by Jason Moore, choreographed by Christopher Gattelli. Paul, why is it called The Cher Show?
Oh, I have inside information. It's called The Cher Show because Rick Ellis told someone, he didn't tell me, but apparently he said, well, everyone's going to say, have you seen The Cher Show? So he's like, let's just call it The Cher Show. That's why.
Okay.
It's a great name.
It is a great name, and it's fun to say. It will open at the Neil Simon Theater in the fall of 2018. So before that, at the Neil Simon, you can see Cats through the end of the year. Then you can see Angels in America, and then you can see, that's right, The Cher Show.
So it is officially the Gay Fantasia Theater.
Correct.
That's an Angels in America thing.
National themes. Look it up.
It's an idea.
Before that, it's going to play Chicago's Oriental Theater for 5 weeks from June 12th to July 15th. So there's a reason to go to Chicago in the summer.
That's the same theater Pretty Woman's going to. The Oriental Theater is a
Look at that.
big pre-Broadway theater next year.
So the Cher Show has 3 different actresses playing Cher.
We don't know who yet, although maybe we do.
Or maybe we don't. 3 different actresses playing Cher at different points in her illustrious career.
Yeah.
And it is a long career. She started when she was very young.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting. It's going to be a big hit. People are going to love it. People are going to love it. Jason Mraz is coming to Broadway, people. You all found out at midnight last night. This is the new thing. You announced news at midnight.
Eastern Standard Time.
We are actually okay with this at Broadway.com because it's very easy to program the site to do that because it's midnight. Right. Anyway, Jason Mraz will join Betsy Wolfe in Waitress in the role of Dr. Potimer. Am I saying that right?
Pomatter.
I'm sorry. Pomatter. He's the OBGYN.
That
Beth
we all
corrected me earlier when I didn't say that right. He will start November 3rd. It's a 10-week run. He is, of course, known for his song, I'm Yours. And he's a Grammy winner, and this is his stage acting debut. But he went to AMDA, I've been told by Matt Roden and Krysta Rodriguez. He went to AMDA, which everyone knows AMDA. A lot of actors started at AMDA. And he told Broadway.com exclusively, Broadway by itself is a big deal for any performer. I've been aware of it my whole life, including when he was at AMDA. Add Sarah B's beautiful pop musical compositions, and I'm simply blessed. And everyone will be simply blessed when they go to the Brooks Atkinson Theater. Matt Roden already bought his tickets. Brooks Atkinson Theater. Broadway is blessed starting November 3rd.
That was lovely. That was really good. Okay, so Sarah Ruhl, we know Sarah Ruhl, the playwright. She was a Pulitzer finalist for, do you remember?
She wrote the Vibrator play.
Or also known as the Vibrator play. She also was a Tony nominee for that. She is writing a screenplay based on Gloria Steinem's memoir called My Life on the Road. It's her screenwriting debut. Isn't this fantastic?
Did Gloria Steinem appear in a Broadway musical on the road? Did she do like The Addams Family on the Road?
I don't know. You can ask Krista later. But Julie Taymor is going to direct this. So we've got...
She's busy.
Yes, she's busy. She's got M. Butterfly coming back to Broadway this fall. So this is just great. We have a quote from Sarah Ruhl saying that Gloria Steinem is one of her heroes, and that's add her to the list. And also, Sarah Ruhl currently has a show off Broadway called To Peter Pan on her 70th birthday.
Right.
Playwrights Horizons.
Which is about...
Peter Pan on her 70th birthday, I think. I don't know.
It's about an actress, I think, who played Peter Pan, and she goes back to the theater. I don't know. Here it's good. Tiny Beautiful Things. We love Nia Vardalos. How do you not love Nia Vardalos? And not because of My Big Fat Greek Wedding. No, because of Connie and Carla. Of course.
Duh.
Anyway, this show was a big hit at the public last
fall,
last fall, and it's back, and it is. I'm seeing it tonight.
Oh, you're very excited.
I'm so excited. And so it's a return engagement, and it's a hit, and it will run through December 10th.
So it's extended.
That's a 4-week extension.
That's a long one.
And it's opening on October 2nd, next week. Tommy Kail directed it, of a certain show called Hamilton. We love Tommy Kail. And it is an adaptation of the book that I hear is great, but I haven't read it.
But you don't need to, because you can just go see the show.
I'm going to see the show.
So I have some other news, some sad news. Albert Inarado, who's the playwright who wrote Gemini, that was a huge, huge hit. He has died at the age of 70. Gemini played on Broadway for 4 years. That's a long time for a play to run at the Little Theater, which is now the Helen Hayes Theater. Ha-ha.
Or the Hayes Theater.
Or the Hayes.
Second Stage Theater is taking it over, and they're advertising it as the Hayes Theater. And I got so thrown when I saw that in a poster. I thought, I don't know that theater. And I was like, what happened to Helen? It's like when Audra Ann McDonald
don't
became
even
Audra
know.
McDonald. What happened to Anne? Where are
let's
Anne and Helen?
Where are
Sorry.
Anne and Helen? That's a totally different theater. Also, the stars have been announced for the 24-hour plays. This is really fun where they write it.
It sounds stressful.
It sounds stressful. But there are a long list of illustrious people, but Noah Galvin is one of them.
Oh.
He is the next Evan Hansen in Dear Evan Hansen. So
Which means
that's
that
notable.
for all of our readers, he is one of the most fascinating people in the world.
Yes.
Because he's the next Evan Hansen. That's huge.
That's correct. 24-hour plays will be on October 30th at the American Airlines Theater.
Cool. They should do it on an actual American Airlines flight sometime, like a 24-hour flight. Sorry. You can also on the site watch Will Rowland's new vlog over at Evan Hansen.
He went to the flea market and talks to all the fans and the stars. If you were at the flea market and you talked to Will Rowland, you should watch it because you're probably on the vlog.
Right
and
now.
he celebrates Ben Platt's birthday, which is fun.
And Major Attaway, who is the genie in Aladdin, is our latest character study video, which is a really cool video to find out about how you glitterize yourself for Broadway.
And it's a word.
Yeah. It's a lot of glitter. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Krysta Rodriguez.
Broadway's Come From Away is a Best Musical winner all across North America. This stirring and inspiring musical takes you to a place you never want to leave. Celebrate the best of humankind and the best in all of us at Come From Away, the remarkable true story of the small town that welcomed the world.
Time is running out to see War Paint, starring two-time Tony Award winners Patti LuPone and Christine Ebersole. Now through December 30th only. The New York Times says these deliciously paired Broadway legends are knockouts. These are two-star turns for the ages. Don't miss your last chance to see Broadway's once-in-a-lifetime event, War Paint.
Throw your rocks at me.
Baking a pie is easy, if you know how.
I'm still standing.
If only life were as easy as pie. Waitress is a hit, raised the New York Times, with songs by Grammy-nominated artist Sarah Bareilles, an uplifting celebration of love and laughter. Sugar, butter, flour.
Hey everyone, we are back on Live at 5, and I am joined by the fabulous Krysta Rodriguez.
Hi. Oh yeah. I got a nice round of applause.
How are you, darling?
I'm good. You know, last time I did Live at 5, it was like on a couch somewhere, and now we've got
we keep upgrading.
some production value.
We upgraded for you.
Yeah, thank you, and an audience.
We like to do that.
Yeah.
How the hell are you?
I'm great.
So let's get it over with right now. You had a great night last night.
I had a great night last night.
What happened last night?
I was a dream girl.
Yes.
Oh. No, not the play or the musical. There is an organization called Look Good, Feel Better.
Yes.
And they're basically the global version of my blog. It's an outreach for women who...
Chemo Couture.
Right, my blog, Chemo Couture. It's basically like an outreach for women who have been diagnosed with cancer. They provide seminars and workshops to help women with their makeup and wigs, and they donate a bunch of product, and it's a great organization. They've helped over 1 million women. They have an annual fundraiser, their biggest fundraiser of the year, called the Dream Ball, and every year they honor a dream girl. And I got to be the dream girl.
That's exciting.
Alicia Leakey was the dream girl last year, so it's it's stacked. It's Broadway stacked. And and I got to be the dream girl last night, and it was really fun. I gave a speech, I sang, I performed 2 numbers. I had they made a little video. Elle McPherson introduced me.
Oh my God.
It was very fancy.
Wow,
I got
love
to wear
that.
a beautiful dress.
So is this an organization that you personally have dealt with?
They contacted me after knowing my story and my blog, and then after that, I have gone to the workshops and been involved in that. So then that's
let's talk about your story quickly because, you know, for all of us, it was very scary.
Yeah.
So when were you diagnosed with cancer?
3 years ago, almost to the day, September 24th, 2014. Okay. Yeah. And I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was stage 2B at the time, but after my surgery, found out it was stage 3. So it was pretty advanced for my age. And I went through chemo and mastectomy and radiation, and now I'm here. my hair's grown back, and it's all.
So how
good.
is your health?
It's great, cancer-free.
Cancer-free.
Yes, cancer-free.
Love that.
Yes.
Love
yes.
that. It's amazing.
Yes.
And it was really amazing to watch you sort of react to it so positively right from the get-go and be very open and talk to everyone about it and start this blog. And it just really
I
was.
announced it first on Broadway.com.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
were on Broadway
yes,
Nosh.
Yes,
That
yes.
was I wanted to, I took a little time afterwards to sort of figure out how I wanted to go about it. And anyway I sliced it, I couldn't figure out how I could do it alone or without talking about it.
Mhm.
And as much as I wanted information, I knew people were also going to want information. So I just decided to blow it out there and give it as much light as possible. And
Mhm.
hopefully that would help others and me. And then the fashion blog was really just a response for me to have fun
Mhm.
during kind of a really scary time.
Yeah.
And I did. I had a great, I mean, obviously it wasn't that fun having cancer, but the wigs were really fun.
So the wigs were fun.
Yeah.
So very big question, but how did all of that change you? How are you a different Krysta now from this whole 3-year journey?
You know, it's so funny. When it first happened, I was like, God, I hope I'm a better person after this. You almost feel pressure to be like, this better make me
You gotta figure
better
everything
because
out.
this sucks. And if I'm not coming out of this better, it wasn't worth it.
I liked you before.
Thank you.
So I wasn't really looking for a better Krysta Rodriguez.
I was. I'm
I was
always
looking
looking
for a
for a
healthy
better
Krysta
Krysta
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Yeah. No, but I think you just sort of, it's cliche, but you learn sort of what's important,
Mhm.
but not in a way that you think like, they show in the movies, like, oh, you're going to quit your job and know what's important. It's like you just sort of feel more confident in the parts of you that you want to put forward and feel strong about. There's
Mhm.
really no point in sulking or hiding the things that make you special. So it was a different sort of confidence, I think, that
Yep.
came from it. And kind of knowing that you can attack something like that and come out the other side. But I'm also, I think, on the other side, I'm more kind of humble. As much as there's more confidence maybe, or I can walk with a lot of pride, there is a lot of humility involved in the way that not everybody gets the outcome that I had.
Mhm.
And so if I can be a voice to people who need it to get through that, I feel very fortunate with that my diagnosis was what it was, that it was caught when it was, and that I had the time and the people around me to help me. And even with all that, it can't go the way, it sometimes doesn't go the way that it did with me. So there's a lot of thankfulness and sort of, pensive reflection of how lucky I am.
So how was it getting back into the career? And obviously you were in Spring Awakening,
Yeah,
which was
the
fantastic.
career-
Michael Arden's Spring Awakening.
Yeah.
Did you try to get into Once on This Island?
I mean, I would love it. That's one of my favorite shows ever, and I cannot wait to see it. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I just got distracted because I'm so excited about seeing it.
Me too.
Actually, what was funny was that the work sort of came during it. So
Yeah.
Spring Awakening sort of happened right. My last day of chemo was our first rehearsal, and the final show was the day before my surgery. So it just sort of happened in between it.
Mhm.
And then I was doing Chasing Life, which was at the time ABC Family, now Freeform TV show about a woman who had cancer, and they let me play a cancer patient, totally bald and everything. And then I was on The Mysteries of Laura as a cancer patient as well.
Mhm.
So the work was sort of coming and in some ways, as much as I was not expecting it, it was sort of some of the best work I got to do. It wasn't the stuff I was normally serving up, the comedies.
Right.
I was really people were starting to trust me now, be like, I guess she's gone through hell. She must know how to play it. So I was sort of getting trusted with that sort of stuff, and that actually felt great. And then Spring Awakening moved to Broadway, which nobody expected,
Right.
at that pace at least. We knew it was a great production, and so and I was doing radiation while I was rehearsing for it on Broadway, so it just sort of became a part of my career, and I was really grateful that I got to do all of that. But then since then, it's been a good lesson that the things that scare you or the things that make you nervous about maybe I'm not good enough or whatever, I got to get rid of all of that because it just couldn't exist at the moment. And so it sort of, opportunities opened themselves up to me because I was open to them. I wasn't letting other stuff get in the way.
Right. I've seen you be fantastic in a lot of shows.
Thank you.
I mean, you've done a lot of great things. What are you most proud of in your Broadway career?
I think Ilsa. Yeah, Spring Awakening. I really do. I think just the fact that I was able to keep going during what I was doing, and that I had those people around me that were just carrying me through it. And on the other hand, being involved in a group of people that have had a quote unquote disability or a different ability their whole lives. You know, I remember the first day we were at rehearsal, and Spencer Liff, our choreographer, would run a warm-up every day, a hard warm-up every day. And I'm like bald. I'm literally had chemo the day before. I'm like, I'm not doing this warm-up. I'm 30. I'm not touching these little kids and this warm-up. And I look up, and Allie Stroker, who's in a wheelchair, is doing tricep dips on her wheelchair. And I was like, okay, we're doing this. No one has an excuse. We're all doing something we've never done before. We all have to just suck it up and go. So, so I'm really proud of how we came together in that. But yeah, I've loved being a part of every show that I've been in. They've all been special in their own way.
What was scary, besides Spring Awakening, what was like scary to do?
You know, First Date was really scary to do.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
Yeah, because
you were above the title.
I was above the title, which I didn't know when I got the show. But I had joined on before Zach did. I was cast first, and so and you know, to be honest, if we're like throwing it out there, I just come from Smash, which at the time, now everybody loves, but at the time, people were so mean, shady and mean to people who had we had nothing to do with it, you know. So I was like, oh my gosh, do I really want to strap myself to another show that's not tried and true, and now I'm not just the sidekick who says I'll leave you two alone and walks out of the room. Like, I'm the lead of the show, and what if it fails? You know? So that was really scary. It was a big decision, but then when I made it, and then Zach came on, and it ended up just being so much fun.
Zach Levi.
Zach Levi. And while, you know, it wasn't like, it's not still running, it wasn't like an enormous runaway hit, it really was an amazing experience and felt awesome to do. You know
what else? You know what is still running? Your vlog.
Oh, yeah?
Still running. You can go watch it. You can go watch it on...
I've got gifts everywhere. There's like one of me that they like to show me all the time where I'm like, I'm nailing it.
You know what I thought would be scary? A course line.
Oh, well, that was scary.
God. I mean, that was early.
I was 23. Nothing was that scary.
That's the first time I met you.
My audition for that, I had to go to the hospital after my callback for that. I found out I got the job in the hospital because I had dehydrated myself from like a 12-hour dance audition and like all the nerves of it.
That's scary.
Yeah,
that's a scary show. Okay, the people are talking.
People are
loving it. Mike said your hair looks amazing.
Thank you, Mike.
Maria said I love you singing Blue Wind. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Noah said Queen.
Is that a thing?
Kenneth has been in love with Krysta since Smash. Okay, not a shady.
Not
Smash
a shady.
person.
Well, maybe.
Maybe
they changed their tune now.
Maybe was. Bradley's so happy you're cancer free. Everyone. Okay, Elise, what's your favorite memory from Smash? I mean, that must be hard. But any filming memories or?
You know, it's funny. Some of my favorite memories weren't even just filming. They were just hanging out with the people. There was two that I can remember. One, very early on, we'd all joined and we had lunch, and it was really nice outside. And me and Jeremy and Kat and Andy and Savannah and Wes, and we all just went outside and had lunch outside. And it was just like, we were just like, what? How did we get here? Like, we are just like, you know, especially Andy and I had never had done this before. And we were like, what, this is the best. Like, our friends, and we're going to just like get free food and eat outside. And then when I was filming the Silk dance, the Reach for Me up in the church, they had gotten us a house next door. And it was one of the only times the whole cast was together. And so we hunkered down and watched like TV in this Airbnb or something at the time. And it's like Angelica Houston, Deborah Messing, and like me just sitting on a couch with our like coats on because it was right after Hurricane Sandy. So it was our first day back at work, and it was like they were like hoisting me up 30 feet in the air. So that part was really terrifying. I guess that was the scariest thing I've ever done.
That's the scariest.
But like those are the memories I'll always remember. It's just all of us, sort of the real parts of us. You know?
But now you're used to being on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, you were on Trial and Error on NBC, right?
Yeah.
Like, so now, like, TV's like so natural
TV's
for
like
you.
so blasé.
You're used to the craft services.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, that's your life. I love it. I love it. Are you enjoying doing TV?
I love it. I've always loved watching. I grew up on TV. Like, I just loved it. And especially half-hour comedy has always been, like, my favorite genre. So
Yeah.
to be involved in it on NBC, because like Friends was like what I grew up loving, with John Lithgow, and just
Yeah.
like we shot on the Warner Brothers lot where the Friends set still
Wow.
is,
Okay.
and like where Casablanca was shot. That was our stage that we were
Crazy.
shooting on. So just the history of driving onto the lot, I just loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That never gets old.
Never.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, I'll slap you when it does.
Thank you.
So, what are we up against?
What we're up against.
What we're up against.
we're up
You
against.
are off Broadway.
Yes.
You're starting rehearsals next week.
Yes.
You said for Teresa Rebeck, which
Yeah.
is ironic because she, of
Ironic.
course, you didn't work with her on Smash,
did
but
not.
she started Smash. She wrote this play. It sounds like it's set in an office.
Yes.
Marge Helgenberger plays a woman who's sort of dealing with a bunch of chauvinistic
No,
a-holes.
I am.
Oh, you
Well,
are.
we both are.
You both are.
We
Everyone
both
is.
work there. But Marge is sort of, or the character, she sort of knows how to play the game
Oh,
because
and
she's a
you're-
little more
you're sort of
experienced,
like the
which is
victim.
to stay quiet and to just let them do it. And I'm not having that game, and it sort of backfires on me.
Oh.
It's a great play.
It's funny.
And it's funny, and it's poignant, and it was written in 1992,
Right.
and it might as well have been written yesterday.
Right.
It's still the same thing about men in the workplace and women who just can't seem to get a leg up there.
Have you ever worked in an office?
No,
No.
thank God.
No, you're acting. You're acting.
No, I remember as a kid, my mom worked in an office, and I got there. I was like 9, and I sat in the chair. I put my feet up on the desk, and she goes, "Krysta, put your feet down. You're in an office." And I said, "Well, then I'm never working in an office."
And look at that. You don't have to.
And
I
I
love it.
didn't.
So also, who's in this? Skylar Aston.
Skylar Aston.
What? Speaking of Spring Awakening.
Reunion, yes.
We love him.
Yes.
You know him?
Yes, of course. We did Spring Awakening together.
Of course, Spring Awakening.
I was in the first one too.
I forgot.
There's never been a Spring Awakening without me.
Yeah, you started on the side. Yeah, you were on the
I was on the side of the
and
stage,
then,
yeah.
yeah. Jim Perrick, he was fantastic in Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
He looked really good in jeans.
Sure.
I remember that.
Sure.
And Damian Young. It's
Love Damien. The
it's like a
comeback.
great.
Comeback.
Are you excited? Oh yes, I know.
Yes.
I know. Yeah. So you're excited.
Yeah, I'm really
You're excited
excited
to dig into this.
I
And you don't
can't
have to
wait.
sing.
I don't have to sing. I've never done a play before. I've never worked off Broadway before. It's all the first.
Look at that. Never worked off Broadway.
Well, I've wanted to. It's
so fancy
it's
though
so
to be like
glamorous.
I've only done Broadway.
No, I've not only done Broadway. I've done regional. I've done web series.
Okay, Alec. Any funny memories with Nathan Lane from Addams Family?
Oh my God, I couldn't even name them all. There was one time that he had a bullwhip in the show,
Yep.
and he snapped it, and it hit him in the face.
Oh my God.
And
How does he deal with things like that?
Well, he really tried to push on. He really tried to keep going, and he kept like trying, but you could see he was like literally seeing stars. There was blood and everything, and it was him and Terrence Mann were on stage together. And finally, he cannot remember his lines because he's in so much pain. And I can't curse, right? He goes,
Yeah, you can.
I can. To the audience, like with everything, he goes, "Oh, fuck it. Let's just do the next scene," and walks off stage.
Oh my
And we were
God.
like- and amazingly enough, like everything then moved. Like the set moved, like the stage manager was just like, "And go." I think they probably knew something like that was about to happen, and BB and Carolee were ready to go on, and the whole thing just moved. But it was just like he could not go on, and I've never seen him not be able to go on. I mean, he can
He was
control an
hilarious.
audience.
He was hilarious in that
He's
show.
amazing.
Bradley, favorite in the Heights memory?
I have a couple of those. God, there was one time that I messed up, and it was one of the funniest. Well, I messed up. I was an understudy, and I was playing different roles every
Yeah.
night, and we were doing Sunrise, which is sunrise,
Yep.
sunrise, 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 and we all have a different solo.
Okay.
And I had done the one the night before, and so when it was my turn this time playing Carla, I came in. I forgot, so it was like sunrise, 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 and I just like shouted it because I was like, "That's mine." And everyone they couldn't finish the song. Everyone was singing, laughing so loud they couldn't finish the song. And I was so embarrassed because I'm like a perfectionist, and I wanted to do all these roles really great. And then it was like the next day, it was coming again. Everyone was making fun of me, like, "Here it comes." And Josh Henry was on for Chris Jackson,
Yep.
and they do their esquina, corner, tienda, store, bombilla, light bulb, and she goes, and I'm ready to like do it right, and she goes esquina, he goes light bulb, which is wrong. It's the wrong, and she's like, try again. She just like says something else like while singing, and I'm like, yes, like I don't have the biggest screw up this week. Like Josh beat me right before, so now I was like sunrise. Like I know the next part. So when Josh screwed up more than me, that was my favorite funny moment.
I feel like In the Heights is going to be back any minute.
Right?
I feel like it's
Were you there
time.
at our 3-year reunion concert
Oh my
or
God,
whatever?
it was amazing.
Oh, it was so
that
fun.
was amazing.
I think Lynn's a little busy.
Well, yeah, I know. You're right. I mean, I feel like they'll make a movie and then
They're making the movie,
I know, and
yeah.
then it'll come back and then it'll be, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
they'll coincide.
Aaron said Wednesday Addams is my daughter's new favorite part to sing.
Oh,
It's
of course.
Adorable. You are so talented. I mean, they just like you.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks,
They
guys.
like you a lot. Have you seen Carolee Carmelo and Sweeney Todd? She's
Yes,
amazing.
she is amazing.
Oh, you saw it?
I saw it. Yeah, it was one of the best performances I've ever
Who'd you
seen.
see play? Did you see Norm?
Norm.
Or, okay.
Yeah, it was
did
really
he
early
scream
on.
at you or anything?
Yeah,
They
he
scream-
did
they
scream at
That's
me.
what they do. Yeah.
I went with Wes Taylor, who had food poisoning and had to leave because they don't let you come back in. So I don't
So he
remember
was out?
some of
He
the
just-
things.
he was like,
he had to leave at intermission
Wow.
because he couldn't leave. He
Right.
was throwing up. Sorry, Wes, that I blew up your spot, but he was puking pretty bad.
He's going to be in SpongeBob.
I know.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
You have so many friends. I mean, you have such a you've worked with so many people.
Well, after a while, yeah.
Yeah.
You work with a lot of
I
people.
know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a career.
Yeah.
Look at you. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks.
I always love keeping up with you. Okay, so lookgoodfeelbetter.org.
Lookgoodfeelbetter.org.
So you guys check out that organization. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Not just because they honored this lovely lady,
No,
but because
but they do great
really
work.
they do great work.
Yes.
And the Dream Ball, how exciting! You're
Yeah.
a dream girl.
I'm a dream girl. It was
We
all I
always
could
knew
do
you
to
were a
not
dream
sing
girl.
that.
Here at Broadway.com. And everyone, check out what we're up against. It starts October 28th, and a lot of men are going to be pissing you off in that show. But maybe
Yes.
maybe you'll like have some revenge. Or maybe.
I don't know. You have to come and see it.
Okay, well, I can't wait. I'm
Okay, good.
excited. I'm
Yes.
going to miss you singing, but you'll sing again soon.
I will.
Thank you, Krysta Rodriguez. We'll be back on, is it tomorrow at 5 o'clock with another amazing guest. I never know what day it is.